to KBLA Talk 1580 for the presidential debate at 6 p.m. Immediately following the debate, Areva Martin will moderate a roundtable panel of political experts and take your live phone calls only on KBLA Talk 1580. After Biden and Trump square off, we want you to sound off and tell us what you think. At KBLA Talk 1580, you can black talk us anytime.
You ready?
It's time for the Rob Report with Robin Ayers.
Highlighting people and things you should know about.
Robin's got you covered. Follow Robin at Robin Ayers. You're listening to the Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
Robin's got a lot to talk about.
Inside the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580, where we bring the latest in entertainment news, trending topics, and interviews. I'm your host, Robin Ayers, and I'm with you all Monday through Friday. Wow, 15 years. Wow, 15 years since Michael Jackson passed. We've been listening, obviously. We've kept his name alive. This goes to what Daja Bell was saying yesterday. If you tuned into the show, she was saying that the reason everybody in Brooklyn, New York still represents Biggie that way is because they keep his name alive. I feel like the world has kept Michael Jackson's name alive.
It'll never stop.
Yeah.
I think there's kids being born today who don't even know. Like they weren't present when Michael Jackson was alive, but they do know about Michael Jackson.
For sure. I feel like everyone is always going to be compared to Michael Jackson. It's just, he is, I feel like he is an anomaly. I know we've had other people just as, large in status and stature as him, but I feel like Michael is an anomaly. He transcended everything, music, color, race, all of it all.
Culture.
So, culture for sure. So, yeah, we definitely miss Michael Jackson. It has been 15 long years. Do you remember where you were when you learned of his passing?
I was at the crib. I remember, I think I was online, messing around on social media, and you started to kind of see some posts, you know what I mean, about, oh, is Michael Jackson dead? And then I had a friend of mine, he was like a huge fan of Michael Jackson. And he was like, I'm hearing the reports, but please, let's not just go ahead and claim that he's dead. Let's pray for him. And then, probably like 30 minutes later, you got the official, news that he passed away.
Yeah.
And it was just like when Kobe died, it was just real somber.
Yeah.
Social media, just looking at people's posts, you could see people, it was very somber. You see the news. It was just a sad day. All I could do is just, listen to Michael Jackson all day, all night.
I remember that. I actually watched the news. My television was on, and I was watching it as it was happening. And so definitely remember that feeling of just being super sad and, all of that. So I'm sure everybody has that moment where they can place themselves right at the moment or wherever they were when they learned of his passing. So we love you, Michael, for always and forever, 15 years later and beyond.
100%.
Definitely. We do want to say a big happy birthday to actress and host. She's now more of an actress than she is a host, but Lala, she is celebrating her birthday today. Lady London is celebrating her birthday today. So congrats to you ladies. Hope they are having a wonderful day. Andy put me up on something. I had no idea what is going on with MTV News, the website. I cannot believe this, but MTV News, the website has gone dark, and all the archives have been pulled from offline. I can't even fathom. Do you know how much history is there in MTV? The news, the including the news, the music, the videos, artistry, people's life, career. Everything is there. Everything was supposed to be there, and the archives reportedly have been pulled offline. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on, but apparently this just started happening within the past day or so. Andy, you feel like, or you heard? Did you hear anything? Did you hear anything about it, or like about what's going on?
I didn't get any details or anything like that. I just know that there's a lot of people upset at the fact that people feel like history is being erased.
History, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For those who actually worked on the website, who were a reporter or whatnot, their life's work is pretty much gone. Who knows if they, backed it up or whatnot, you know what I mean? And it's crazy times because I feel like, this is me and my conspiracy situation. Mm-hmm. Once again, I don't know the details, but the fact that that website is gone, and considering what it did for the culture of music of all genres, for that stuff to be gone, it's like, I feel like history might be being rewritten. And that's, at least for me, that's my concern. Because 20 years from now, you know what I'm saying, my kids, grandkids, or whatnot, what reference point do we have to go to when we think about, I don't know, the year in music in 94?
Yeah.
There's nothing available now, at least from the MTV perspective. So that's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's scary. It's heartbreaking. But I also think it's the reason we need to have everything backed up. We can't rely on anything online. They say the cloud. Where's all your information? Oh, it's in the cloud. Well, you can't necessarily rely on that. I know, sure, it's very convenient to be able to upload something and feel like it's secure, but I don't think anything is secure. I think we need to have our own drive thing. I back everything up. I mean, I back everything up.
Smart. I was about to say, Robin, you need to go ahead and do that because you just don't know.
Yeah, I have definitely. I have a bunch of flash drives and things like that. But also, I have a very this story is traumatic for me in some ways. I used to collect photos. We all grew up with actual physical photos. Mm-hmm. The photo albums that our parents used to have and all that. And I remember just collecting a bunch of photos, and I had this sort of like tub full of like real photos from growing up. My brother, he's passed away, but my brother, like my whole childhood was in there. And I wound up leaving it at a home that we had, and completely forgetting that it was there. And when we left the home, it had been months since I remembered that it was there. Long story short, the photos are gone. And it was, as you can imagine, I've since gotten over it because, there is something to say about having memories stored in your mind.
100%.
And, that's cool too. But, still, those are photos you'll never get back.
Yeah.
You'll never get back those memories. So that kind of did traumatize me and certainly encouraged me to start backing things up just on my own, just having multiple copies of things.
I'm with you, too. Believe it or not, I used to kind of host my own show, too, on another platform or whatnot. Mm-hmm. And, there was this website where, kind of held all the archive material. I've been gone from that platform for a while, and I went back on the website trying to look for some old archives, and they're not there.
Oh, see.
And it had me like really upset, like I should have backed up my material and stuff like that. But
yeah. You live and you learn. That's the whole thing about it. You live and you learn. Well, hopefully they get their information back, all of their archives back on the website. Something will appear. We don't know. We will keep you updated on that. Pat Sajak, here's one that should really throw you for a loop because it threw me for a loop. He's hosted Wheel of Fortune for 41 seasons. He is signing off. He says, you know what, it is time. Pat Sajak, many of us grew up with him or grew up watching that show. He says people, even from some countries, learn to speak English and learn to spell on that show. And so we have to say goodbye to Pat Sajak only on Wheel of Fortune. Hopefully he's taking this time away to, spend with his family and live his latter years in in happiness and enjoy and maybe travel or whatever. But yeah, if you loved it, No more Pat Sajak. But I do wonder, I believe Wheel of Fortune is still going to continue just with another host. So, smart move on their part.
What's his name? White boy, Seacrest.
Ryan Seacrest.
I believe I read a report that he's the new host.
Is that confirmed?
No.
Okay, but but no, still, Ryan Seacrest will be great. He's been around for quite a while, and he has hosted a number of things. America loves Ryan Seacrest, so I can see that happening. We'll get you the official report on that one, though, for sure. Okay, so Eddie Murphy, he says that Shrek 5 is coming. I'm a Shrek fan, all right? I'm a Shrek fan. I really do love that animation. I feel like nothing quite hit like 1 or maybe 2, but they're working on Shrek 5. He says they started recording it already, but probably more exciting than that is that he said Donkey is going to get a spin-off movie of his own. You know, he plays the character Donkey. I love Donkey. So Donkey is going to be getting a movie coming soon. So I can't wait to see what comes with that one. I'm sure everybody's going to run to that. I'm going to see that.
Man,
yeah,
it's a trip because the Shrek franchise is Eddie Murphy's highest grossing movie of all time. I'm just surprised considering, Beverly Hills Cop, Nutty Professor.
Yeah, but if you think about Shrek and you think about tapping into children, this is why Disney is so big. Disney, you can't live it down, and you can always sort of remake and reimagine these different shows because of it being an animation. There's always going to be children.
Hey, they say women rule the world, or they make the world go round. Mm-hmm. Children actually do.
But who brings the children? Don't play us right now.
I mean, it takes us too. You know what I'm saying? What you mean? It's both of us.
Touche. I fall back. Well, anyway, I'll let you know when Donkey is coming and when Shrek 5 is officially here. We will let you know. Moving on, because we do have a great show lined up for you today. We have special guests who are calling in today. I'm excited to have a conversation with them and let you know what's going on in Los Angeles. Something that you should know about for sure. So again, toward the latter part of our show, we will have our special guests coming in, or calling in rather, to discuss what's happening. I do want to say hello to the Raw Squad. I see you all coming up in here. So shout out to you guys. But also, Iman Shumpert and Tiana Taylor, that is a thing that saddened me. These two, they were considered a power couple for sure. And they are currently going through a divorce. He has reportedly been ordered to pay her 7 figures as well as a really hefty monthly child support. But here's the thing about it. More than anything else, I mean, marriages come, marriages go, and it saddens me either way. But here's the thing about it. We have, not we, because I don't romanticize people's relationships, but I feel like the public and fans have really, really, really gone in with romanticizing their relationship. So when the news broke of them separating, people were just thrown for a loop because it was like, wait a minute, they were considered perfect in the public eye, but this is a reason why you never put your hope or even base your desires off of what somebody else is showing on social media. Social media, I will say it again, it is just a snapshot, and it's usually people's best angle, right? I mean, we all have a favorite angle of where we like to be seen, and so people are going to put forth their best foot. People are going to put forth their best angle on social media, so you cannot hope for, someone else's relationship. So anyway, that's that with that. Last thing, Recording Academy CEO, he's saying that, listen, Kendrick Lamar is Not Like Us is Grammy eligible, despite the fact that it was diss tracks normally aren't nominated. They're usually for the streets, really, to be honest with you. But this, as we know, has broken records. We know what it's doing. But the CEO says, listen, he's Grammy eligible for this song. We will see what happens with that. We are also going to talk about, why don't we get into the Rob Report, Andy?
Now it's time for a breakdown.
So a lot of celebrities are receiving backlash for receiving honorary doctorates. Now, here's the thing about it. How long has this been going on? This has been a thing for quite some time now, but recently, for whatever reason, maybe it's the type of celebrities that we're talking about, they're receiving honorary doctorates, and people who have worked who have gone to school and defended their dissertation. People are really upset about the fact that they are being honored this way. We'll play a clip from someone who's recently received her honorary doctorate and see what she has to say. I want to talk about if that's fair or not. And again, like I said, on the other side of the latter part of the show, we have a special guest calling in, and I'll tell you about that in a little bit. You are listening to The Rob Report on KBLA, Talk 1580. Stay right there.
I'm Avery Wilson, and you're watching It's Robin Ayers.
You're inside The Rob Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580 is now celebrating 3 years of amplifying our voice and uplifting our community. We deeply appreciate your support of this radio station and will always do our level best to earn your support. Here's to many more years of loving and serving our community. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black.
Make a move into a home of your own. With City National Bank's Ladder Up Home Loan Grant, you can receive up to $20,000 that you never need to pay back. Use it toward your down payment, save on closing costs, or to buy down your mortgage rate. Find out more at cnb.com/ladderuphome. City National, here for every stage of the journey. Property must be in a qualifying market in California, New York, or New Jersey. Additional terms and conditions apply. Not all applicants will qualify. Terms are subject to change without notice. City National Bank is an equal housing lender. Member FDIC. NMLS number 536994.
Girl, I have a secret. When I get stressed out, I get sweaty. That's why I use Secret Clinical Antiperspirant. It's like my own secret weapon. For 72 hours, I get Secret's strongest protection against sweat caused by stress, heat, and activity, because you know how crazy life can get. Plus, it's made with advanced odor fighters that don't just cover up smelliness. They help prevent it from happening in the first place. Believe me, if I weren't wearing Secret, I'd be a hot, smelly mess. Thankfully, Secret works.
So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
If you say you care about the community, you have to also care about the climate. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news.
You're inside the Robin Ayers
with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes. We are talking honorary doctorate earners versus versus doctorate degree people who have actually gone to school for it. Listen, this is becoming a thing. We don't know why all of a sudden. There are tons and tons and tons of celebrities who have earned their own doctorate degree, honorary doctorate degree. This goes back to, Oprah and Shaq and all these people. But recently, it seems as though it is ruffling people's feathers, and maybe it has something to do with the fact that these people who are receiving these awards or these honorary doctorate degrees are not necessarily someone who you would deem worthy. These are the words that people are saying online. This is not me. I want to make that clear. I do want to say this is from Jerome Trammell. Jerome has been a contributor on this show before. He has earned it himself. He has earned a doctorate, and he put out a post. This comes after Dr. Cherie Whitfield, or she has doctor now in her title, but Cherie Whitfield, she is an author. We all know her as a personality, a reality television show personality, but she also has a clothing line, and she's done some things. She's big over in Atlanta. She was on the Atlanta Housewives, and she has recently received her honorary doctorate degree, and she has put doctor in front of her name. The singer Tank, he goes by Tank, but his real name is Darrell Tank Babb Sr. He also has doctor in front of, and I'm not making fun, but this is what it is. These are the facts. He has doctor in front of his name now. He has also received his honorary doctorate degree. Jerome Trammell says, receiving an honorary degree is a nice award, but some of these celebrities thanking God, their family, and friends and changing their name to doctor on social media like they really went to school, sacrificed, and defended their dissertation is diabolical. That's what he says. I don't have a doctorate degree. I cannot speak on this. I'm only reporting what I see and why do people have an issue with this. Well, recently, another she's a reality star. She came up on social media, really, and she's been a social media comedian. She does skits and stand-up comedy. She's gotten into acting a little bit. Her name is Pretty V. She goes by Pretty V. And she recently also received an honorary doctorate degree. It was wonderful. It looked great on social media, and she has also changed her name to doctor. I want to play for you what she says, though. What she says about why people are mad that people like her are receiving their honorary doctorate. Let's take a listen to Pretty V.
That last pic got y'all mad. Yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go on my last post and go find out. That last pic got a lot of y'all mad, but let me tell you something. God will choose the foolish things to shame the wise. So when God qualifies you, He qualifies you for higher. He qualifies you for higher. It's an acceleration season. It's your excel season. So don't let nobody tell you that you can't do or can't be a part of anything, okay? I'm not going to come out here and talk about anything that I posted because it's in y'all face. Y'all deal with it. Y'all keep it going. Just because somebody does skits and music and rap and this, don't you know God could use those people to make something out of them? You know, like God could do His thing on people, and people don't understand that. People don't understand that God could change your life in about a second nowadays, and He's been doing it for a long time. So at the end of the day, I don't have to prove anything to anybody, but
okay. Well, that's what she has to say. People have a problem with the fact that, you know, that's what she received. Now, if you're wondering how it is that people earn their awards or they're awarded their honorary doctorates, they're people who are said to have made significant contributions to society in their field, which I think it is the same thing. You ever look at, when you go look at a job description and they're saying we would prefer for you to have a bachelor degree or the experience that commensurates with a bachelor's degree, it's similar to that. So with that being said, I don't know why people would have such an issue with the fact that these people are actually doing something in their field and didn't necessarily get a degree in school, but they've earned the same sort of right, if that makes sense. You guys here over in our, I'd like to hear from Deborah Chicoa. Deborah Chicoa, who she may have voted here in our YouTube, but you guys right now say that people, 80% of you say, no, should doctorate earners have a problem with honorary doctorate receivers? And 80% of you say no. I'm curious about the 20% and who says yes and why and why. I mean, I don't know. Andy, you think that that they should have an issue necessarily with that?
I don't know about having an issue, but I'm sure you could feel some kind of way, right? Like you said it earlier, I put in the work. I wrote a dissertation. Mm-hmm. I had to defend it in comparison to just your community work. I mean, no disrespect to your community work or whatnot. I'm sure you definitely helped save some lives, but you know what I'm saying? You wasn't reading all these books. You wasn't writing these 100-page papers and stuff like that. It's just a different type of grind. I guess the best way I can kind of, equate this is kind of like Bronny James coming to the league, right? Some people, trust me, he's going to get drafted, and a lot of people are going to be upset of the fact that, you know what, you played 1 year of college ball, you didn't really show much, but you about to skip the line over some other people who were you could probably say they were probably the number one college prospect or whatnot. You know what I mean? But nepotism.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I mean, literally, it's nepotism. I'm curious. I am curious. I want to hear from somebody who actually does, who has earned their doctorate, or have any skin in the game. Maybe you are close to somebody who's earned it or something like that, so you know exactly what they've put in. I guess maybe you can liken it to that. You can liken it to, nepotism, and you look at maybe some time that you've spent, and perhaps you look at somebody else who came in off the shoulders of someone else, and they sort of seem to skip the line. Let's go ahead and get to Fahima and take this call. I'm sure she has a lot to say about this. Hey, Fahima.
Welcome back, Robin.
Thank you.
I just tuned in. But I wanted to say, it's people outside of the academy who are raising objections, because those of us that are in the academy understand. People who have received honorary doctorates have made outstanding achievements in their field. For example, two people that everyone they should well know, that had honorary doctorates. One, the late Maya Angelou had an honorary doctorate, and historian Dr. John Henry Clark had an honorary doctorate, and Tavis Smiley has multiple honorary doctorates. And so people who have get the honor, and Stevie Wonder also. The thing is that people outside the academy who have no idea that these people that are nominated by the universities to be presented with honorary doctorates have made outstanding achievements within their designated field. Yeah. And those of us in the academy, we understand. And that's all I wanted to say.
Understood. I take your point, Fahima, and I completely agree. I will say this, though. I think the reason why people are pushing back is that they are looking at, more recently, the people who I've named, they're looking at them as not having made that significant of a contribution. And I think you pointed out some great examples. These are people who I
just tuned in.
Okay, so there are some recent people who have received honorary doctorates, and people are pushing back. Reality television stars, singers, things like that, who have done some great things. But we have to go. We'll pick up on this conversation another time. Fahima, thank you so much for the call. I'm excited to get to our conversation on the other side. You are listening to the Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Right now, we've got news, traffic, and sports.
Hey, what's going on? It's your girl Takara Williams here with Robin Ayers on the Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580. If you ain't here, baby, hurry up.
More the Rob Report with Robin Ayers when we come forward.
I'm Tyreek Wynn. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. The city of Natchez, Mississippi has been awarded $24.57 million federal infrastructure grant to help transform a historic part of the city known as Forks to Freedom Corridor. The Rebuilding America Infrastructure with Sustainability and Equality grant was awarded by the U.S. Department of Transportation. Authorities are continuing their search for a missing St. Cloud teen. The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension says 15-year-old Ezariah Hall was last seen 3 months ago after she left her home from Brooklyn Center. She is described as 5'2", 115-pound African-American girl. Hall was last seen wearing light blue ripped jeans, a black hoodie, and white and black Jordan shoes. Security is stepping up ahead of Thursday's presidential debate in Atlanta, Georgia. The president of the Atlanta Police Foundation told the AJC it's already bigger for security purposes because it involves both a president and a former president. That's the latest. I'm Tyreek Wynn on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Over in Laverne, watch for stop traffic from Lone Hill Avenue up to 15 minutes as the right lane is blocked with an accident on the 210 East after Fruit Street. This is involving a car that overturned on the right shoulder embankment, and crews are now blocking this area as well. Over on the 405 South at the 710, an accident on the right shoulder with a 45-minute traffic jam running heavy from Century Boulevard. Hit-and-run accident over in Boyle Heights is on the right shoulder with stop traffic coming from Highway 60 on the 5 North at East 7th Street.
Shop Macy's Backstage today for amazing deals on everything you need for summer. Get low prices every day at Macy's Backstage. Find a store near you at Macy'sBackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The NBA draft is Wednesday and Thursday, but Saturday could be a more important day for the Lakers and Clippers. Saturday is the deadline for LeBron James and Paul George. Decide not to accept their player options. Both will become unrestricted free agents. They would have the freedom to sign with any team. LeBron's option for next season is $51.4 million. George is due $48.8 million with the Clippers next season. Bad behavior in the offseason by NFL players has some serious consequences. The Kansas City Chiefs cut defensive lineman Isaiah Buggs after he was arrested twice in Alabama. One of the arrests was for domestic violence and burglary, the other for animal cruelty. The New York Jets cut defensive back Tay Hayes after he was arrested in Alabama for marijuana possession. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader. KBLA Talk 1580. Follow the leader.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at KBLA 1580.
Follow the leader.
Are you ready?
The station leading the way with exclusive interviews,
Follow the leader.
stimulating conversations, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader at KBLA 1580.
Keep following the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Looks like Bobby needs a ride again.
Grab the keys. Let's take our auntie to the swap meet. Grab the keys.
Whether you're giving rides or hauling gear, do it all in a Chevy SUV. Head to your local Chevy dealer, where well-qualified buyers get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Malibu, Colorado, Blazer, Equinox, Trailblazer, and Traverse limited models. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
1.9% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $2,860 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 15.8% plus finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take me retail delivery by 7/1/24.
Did you know addiction to drugs like meth or cocaine is a disease and not a choice? But getting help is. If you have stimulant use disorder, you, your family, and friends may have a lot of questions, including where to start. Choose Change California can help. Make a change today and find a proven treatment option for you at choosechangeca.org.
Keeping you informed about what's really going on.
Who's got next?
And what not to miss in entertainment. You're listening to the Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
It's a play day. We in LA. Hey, 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 hey. LA 84. Foundation. 40 years. Celebration. June 29. Hey, we outside. Hey. It's a play day. Hey, we in LA. Hey, we got the ice cream. We got the lollipops. I'm Christine Marie. I got the hip hop. We can bounce the ball. We can play football. We can play baseball. Hey, we can do it all. We can draw a picture. I love to color. We inviting all the kids, fathers, and the mothers. If you need a hug, we got a hug. If you need some love, we're gonna show you love. Hey, it's a play day in LA. We inviting everyone to come and play. Hey, it's a play day in LA. We inviting everyone to come and play. Hey, it's a play day.
You are inside the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Wow. That's a bop right there. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. If you are just joining us, come on up into the show. Welcome to the second half of our conversation we are getting ready to have. But this song right here, this is Christine Marie. Wow, soon to be 11-year-old rapper. Wow, I'm impressed. Christine Marie, she is a multi-hyphenate queen from Canyon Lake, California. Wow, when she's not gearing up for the 6th grade, she's rapping, she's designing furniture, volunteering, and more. As a result, the soon-to-be 11-year-old born in July 12th, she's got a birthday coming up, has an impressive roster of part-time projects as a rapper, an actress, a singer, a dancer, and a model, too. It's fantastic. She's doing some great things. And she's got this song to introduce this conversation. I'm so excited to have with us and get right into it. We have two guests here on the line with us. First, she is an accomplished civic and private sector trailblazer with more than 20 years of diversified experience with a commitment to leadership and service. She currently serves as the president and CEO of LA84 Foundation. Please welcome Renata Simrel to the Rob Report. Hello to you, Miss Renata Simrel. How are you today?
Hey, Robin, I'm doing fantastic. It's good to be with you.
Thank you.
I was bopping while Christine Marie was rapping. I love it.
Same here. I'm like, okay, I could actually add this into the playlist right here. This is nice.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. Well, in addition to Renata Simrel, we have another special guest joining us. She's no stranger to KBLA 1580, but definitely the first time here on the Rob Report. She serves as the councilwoman for the 10th District. Born and raised in Los Angeles, she is the first woman in history and the first black woman to be appointed as a voting member for the district. Please welcome Councilwoman Heather Hutt to the Rob Report. So happy to have you with us as well, Heather Hutt. How are you today?
Thank you so much, and I like the boat horn. Is that a boat horn?
Yeah, that's Andy's specialty right there. That is Andy's specialty.
Yeah, I love it.
Makes you feel special, doesn't it?
It did. I was like, whoo.
We got the energy. Anytime you feel like joining us here on the Rob Report, we will make sure to have that on deck for either of you. Well, I'm very, very excited to have both of you on today to talk about this wonderful festival, this event that's happening this Saturday, June 29th, as mentioned in that song right there. Let's go ahead. I know we don't have a lot of time. So, Renata, can we get started with you? I want you to tell us about Play Day 2024 that's happening this Saturday. Tell us what it is, who could attend, how it affects our community, and how we can pretty much take advantage of it.
Yeah, 100%. But let me just say that Councilwoman Heather Hutt is not just a champion for her constituents in her district. She is a champion for play equity, and we are so proud and honored to partner with her on this amazing Play Day 2024. It's a national day of play, but it's headquartered right here in South LA at Adams and Western, just around our campus headquarters. And it celebrates the power of sport and structured play to improve our physical health and our mental well-being. And this year, we're also celebrating 40 years of impact as a result of the 1984 Olympic Games, because the LA84 Foundation is a legacy of those games. It is a free event. Just you have to register, la84.org, to get your free entry ticket. We'll have PlayStations, your sports teams, Olympians, food trucks. It's a celebration of the power of play to build communities one kid at a time.
And you are right about that. And I hadn't gotten there yet, but Councilwoman Heather Hutt, you are absolutely amazing in everything that you have championed. So we appreciate it and all that you've done. Talk to us a little bit about why Play Day is important for you, just and this district alone, and your constituents here in the city of Los Angeles as a whole.
My goodness, I certainly appreciate the kudos from both of you, I have to say. It makes me feel really good, and then also thinking, ooh, I need to do more. What we know across the county is that children have been missing out on exercise, on play, on really expressing themselves through physical activities. And we had that experience through COVID. And our children now have something I call diabesity, which is diabetes and obesity. In this particular Play Day, my hopes are that people get outside and get the essential benefits of being outside. And for many families, especially if you're low income, which is about $35,000 a year or less, they can't afford the expensive programs that are called youth sports. They can't afford them because they are either too far away, so there's a cost to getting there, or the cost once you get there is just something that doesn't fit in that kind of budget. And there are children in our community, especially in South LA, that have had levels of trauma, so they don't know how to socialize through or train coaches that understand trauma and how to coach through that. They're also excluded because of their disabilities. So we have so many children that have some sort of disability. And then we have foster kids that just don't have the parents that want to push their child for outdoor play. This event is going to get rid of those barriers because it's free and it's open to anybody. So the grandma can bring the grandchild and feel like we're in a safe space. We're right in the neighborhood. It's a walkable place, and it's something that people can feel confident that they're going to have a good time. They might learn something. And correct me if I'm wrong, Renata, but when we talked about this, there'll be some gold medalists there, right? Some
there'll be some Olympians, but 10 Olympians. Yeah.
That's right.
Exactly. Sam the Eagle, I heard, may show up along with some of his other mascot friends too.
And see, look at that exposure. That's what we have to have for our children, so that if you can see it, you can be it, right?
Exactly. I'm glad that you said that as well. The word exposure is just it's such a great word, because I feel like right now, the times that we're living in, I have twin 17-year-old daughters, and they weren't allowed on social media. They didn't have phones for a good while they were growing up. So we did, we tried to get them outdoors a lot, even just to the park to play, and they participated in soccer and karate, and definitely stayed active. What do you feel the challenges? Have there been challenges that you all know of in terms of getting the children these days off of their phones and into the streets to play?
Yeah, Robin, that's such a great question. And I would just add, Councilman, thank you for laying out that data. You're 100% right. But I'd add, the mental stress, anxiety, depression. Kids of color are 2 times as more likely to deal with stress and anxiety, in a large measure because of the trauma that we face in some of our communities. And I'd also add, you mentioned you have twin daughters, is that girls are dropping out and participate least of any, diverse group. So, you've got the health factors, the trauma, you've got cost. And so this play day is about how do we celebrate the power of play so that people realize that play is important in our lives. And then how do we level the platform of the work that the LA84 Foundation and our charitable arm, the Play Equity Fund, has been doing for 40 years to provide free and low-cost programs to community-based organizations, funding to community-based organizations, school-based sports, municipal-based sports to help, the city parks, make sure that they're expanding their program. So while this play day is about kids and families coming out to experience play, we're also going to have City Rec and Parks Play LA come out. And so it's all, you've got the sports teams that are supporting organizations, and so there's resources that the community is going to be able to find to say, where can I get free and low-cost sports? And the last thing I'll say about your question about social media, there's one thing I know you can't do if you're playing basketball or running track, is be on the phone.
That's right.
So, right?
Yes.
So to the councilwoman's point, being able to socialize, create that sense of belonging, that safe place to fail, those and being off of technology and dare I say, just going out and having fun and bringing some happiness to your life. That's what we mean when we say the power of sports and play.
Definitely a power.
I want to interrupt you just for a second. And do you hear Renata's brilliance? She is the right person to be the CEO of LA84, and LA84 is in the 10th district. So she is not just looking at it from a global point of view, but she's looking at the children in the neighborhood, the people that are the lifeblood of Adams and understanding them. So she's not just, passing by them trying to get to work, but she understands they have a need. And LA84, with her at the helm, they are filling that gap. And I'm just excited about what I've been trying to figure out all day. What am I wearing? I need red, white, and blue. for the 40 years of the Olympics. And,
yes. Well, on that note,
how
though,
we celebrate,
and it is a celebration. So on that note, Renata, can you tell our listeners, just in case anyone does not know about LA84 Foundation and what it is, where it stemmed from, and maybe some accomplishments there? Will you inform our listeners?
Yeah, 100%. Well, there was an Olympics Games in 1984. It was the Summer Olympic Games. It was the first privately financed games in the history of the Olympic movement. And just like LA does, we do things, over the top. And like I said, it became the most financially successful games. And a portion of the profits from those games came to start the 84 Foundation. So we're a legacy of those games. And we're proud of the impact that we've had in community. We've supported nearly 4 million youth, and this is across Southern California, but a large portion of those in the city of LA and county of LA. We've granted over 3,000 grants to nonprofit organizations, many of them small BIPOC-led organizations. We're nearing 50% female participation, so intentional about getting more girls in the game. And we've trained about 200,000 coaches, because if you don't have a coach that's well-trained, not just in the X's and O's, but really in youth development, how to meet kids where they are, how to unpack that trauma, and how to bring the joy back to the lives of young people through team sports or structured sports. So we're about leveling the playing field for all kids, regardless of zip code, race, gender, ability, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic status. But they have the opportunity to experience the transformational power of sport, play, and movement. That's what we've been doing for 40 years, and we're marking this moment. And then we're doubling down for the next 40 years of impact in the communities that Councilwoman Hutz, so eloquently said that we serve. It's about the kids that don't have resources, so that we can shine a light and lift them up. Because there's nothing wrong with our kids. They just need opportunity.
Absolutely. You all are saying so much that we could just really go in and interrogate here. But I do want to. I want to ask this question of you, Councilwoman. Recently on this show, we were talking about Kendrick Lamar, who had his pop-out performance at the Kia Forum, and what that did for LA and Compton and the surrounding neighborhoods. And what we talked about briefly was that one day how it may have had an impact, and hopefully it may have had an impact for men and even women, but men sort of laying down their guard, just even for a night. There was no violence, there was nothing like that. My hopes are that going forward on Saturday, that even these kids who may not necessarily have sports to play or have that joy and that hope that they would normally have while they're playing sports, on this day, do you think that could open up sort of a trajectory of a new hope and a new enjoyment? I don't want to say children have mental health or, that they're battling, but sure, they have traumas and things like that, and maybe just for this day they can lay that down in hopes of a better future. Is that your hope as well?
Oh, definitely. I work daily to ensure that every Angelino has opportunities. I think what Kendrick Lamar did on that day was brought folks together that are cousins, and they haven't been at the family reunion in quite some time. But you know what? They ate the potato salad. They said, I donated and it was good. And I think that we will have a calmer relationship with each other. That's my hope.
That's right.
That we all deserve to have what this world has to offer. We all deserve to have what Los Angeles has to offer. And I think that was a great example. He did an amazing job of bringing unity to our community. And I appreciate his work. I think that people walked away feeling good about themselves and about who they are. And I'm looking forward to that being a constant in our neighborhood.
Well said.
And Robin, Robin, if I could really quickly, that was what was special. What was special about the '84 Olympic Games, and what's special about the work we've been doing for 40 years. It's the intersection of sport, art, music, and culture to bring communities together, to celebrate hope and inspiration and bring joy, because we all, into that sense of belonging, that it doesn't matter where you come from. If we're focused and united in a common purpose, winning a game, hanging out, singing at a good concert, focusing on art. And so you're going to see that at the play day. It's really art, culture, music. We've got a lineup. It's not going to be Kendrick Lamar. I want you to listen to know, but we got Ed Callier. We got Christina Marie. DJ Puff's going to be in the house.
Yeah.
So it is about celebrating a sense of community, a sense of belonging, that was nurtured during the 84 games, that we've carried that flame for 40 years, and we want to celebrate that on Saturday, June 29th. So make sure your listeners register at la84.org to get their free ticket.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for mentioning that. I was just getting ready to go there. To the both of you, thank you for all that you do. Thank you so much. It is an honor to have you here on the show, an honor that you are serving in our community as well, and you're doing so much for our people in our community. So thank you very much. And I'm sure we'll see you out there Saturday as well.
Oh, I'm going to be out there with some sneakers, a hat.
With your red, white, and blue on. Okay.
The melanated jump squad, so get your double dutch on.
Come on now. Now that's my thing. I'll jump in there with you, okay?
I'm telling you, they're going to be there, so come on, let me see you.
Okay, all right, definitely.
Renata, aren't there 25 sports activations? That's what I'm understanding.
There's 25 sport activations: soccer, archery, golf. If you thought about trying, a sport, come out on Saturday, because this is your opportunity to try a new sport, and you might like it and start playing, on the weekends more often.
Yes,
That's
sounds
our hope.
wonderful. That sounds wonderful. I'm sure the community is on board, and we will definitely be out there Saturday. So, again, thank you so much to you both. A pleasure having you on.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Renata. Exactly. See you. Have a great night.
Thanks,
Heather.
Absolutely. Have a great night. When we come forward, we will wrap up the show, talk more about this coming Saturday and more. You're listening to The Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Stay there.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl, BB, and you're listening to me on The Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
You're inside The Rob Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Tips to help improve basic steps for building a budget in 2024. Building a budget can help you achieve and reach your financial goals. With a budget, you can keep track of your spending, avoid and get out of debt, limit overspending, pay bills on time, and build solid savings habits. What's the best way to get started? Figure out how much to set aside for expenses, like rent, mortgage, bills, groceries, and entertainment. Understanding your past financial habits can help you make the proper adjustments for your budget. Adjusting to a budget can take time as you work to find the right balance, but keep working on it. For more financial health tips, visit chase.com or stop by a local branch. This segment is sponsored by J.P. Morgan Chase & Company.
If you're an adult in need of an accredited high school diploma, the Los Angeles Public Library can help. You could earn one online with 24/7 access. You also get a personal academic coach, plus special training focused on 9 in-demand industries, as well as a resume and cover letter to advance your career. Visit the website at lapl.org/diploma. That's lapl.org/diploma.
Climate justice, climate equity, climate resilience. By any other name, we demand environmental justice in 2024 and beyond. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we don't black down.
Get ready to play. Join the LA84 Foundation Saturday, June 29th for a free Playday block party at 2141 West Adams Boulevard with sports, games, and fun for all ages. With live music, amazing local food, and the spirit of LA's 1984 Summer Olympics celebrating 40 years of impact of the LA84 Foundation. June 29th at LA84's campus in West Adams from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Register at la84.org. See you at Playday.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news. You're inside the Rob Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Absolutely, absolutely. I see the comments here. Penny Thompson says, This is amazing. What a great idea and opportunity for those who can participate. I agree. If you don't know, I know we didn't have a lot of time to get into it, but LA 84 is the foundation is a major foundation. It's been here since the Olympics were here in 84, where the first black mayor, Tom Bradley, he managed the funds that were here from the Olympics that were here. Usually the economy is boosted when anything major. We talked about that with Beyonce. Whenever she travels and takes a tour somewhere, the economy is going to be boosted. And what happened with the 84 Olympics is there was a surplus of funds here, and they started LA 84, and they do all this incredible work for youth, for sports as a whole. Coaches, they put so much money into different organizations to really just kind of help out with youth. And as they mentioned, this is a 40th year anniversary here. So it's such a major thing in what they're doing. So definitely commend both of them. Thank you to Renata Simro as well as Councilwoman Heather Hutt for calling in on the show, and also again for what they're doing in the community. It's so important when you have people who are behind the community and they champion, your community, because what I want to get people to understand is that the community isn't, they're not out there, they're in here. They are us. They are our family members, our kids, our grandkids, and children, or nieces, nephews, things like that. So that's why what they're doing is so very important. So thank you guys. I appreciate all of you. And if you are in LA, make sure that you go down to LA Play Day. That's happening this Saturday, June 29th. And so make sure that you are there. Take part in all the things going on. As you heard, some soccer. There's going to be like Nintendo and things like that. Archery, which I recently did. That's really fun. So make sure that you participate. Bring the children out. It's a free family event. You want to make sure that you're getting them involved, getting them active in participating. So thank you all, Raw Squad. I see you in the building. Thank you so much for your support and your engagement with us tonight. I appreciate you all. You already know who's up next. It's Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, coming with the fire show because he's already been preparing for that. So make sure that you do not change the station. I am your host, Robin Ayers, and I'm right back with you tomorrow. Remember, today and every single day forward, be a blessing.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Tyreek Wynn. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Chicago, Illinois United Center is beginning to transform for this summer's Democratic National Convention. Monday was move-in day as the arena was being converted into a national stage. Starting August 19th, close to 5,000 delegates from across the nation will arrive in Chicago, joined by 5,000 visitors to officially nominate Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for re-election. Dozens of protesters gathered outside the Manhattan, New York DA's office on Monday to voice their disapproval of the dropping charges against many who demonstrated during the Columbia University Hamilton Hall occupation. The protest was driven by a group called End Jew Hate.